I love watching my intro. What's up, T babies? How are you? I know it's been a whole month. Forgive me, okay? If you're new here, hey, I just had twins back in December. I have not had babies in 9 years. Yeah, so it has been a huge change in my household as far as time. Those little babies, they are very needy, and sometimes they can be a little fussy. So when they're fussy and they need mom's little extra snuggles and time, then I will give it to them. But I am back, guys. I miss you. Like I said, I know it's been a month because I'm only doing tea talks on the second and the fourth Tuesday of the month now. So make sure you set your reminders, hit subscribe. I don't really know, follow, whatever you got to do on Facebook, because I'm only on Facebook. I think I only have one podcast out. Won't get that fixed for the people who are just riding in the trucks, riding in the car. So you can tune in every Tuesday and listen to Tea Talks. Again, for the ones who are new here, Tea Talks is just a place where us ladies get to come together and we get to talk about sex in a safe, unbiased way. And pretty much just kind of share our stories, share our ups, share our downs, maybe share some information that could help someone else out with their orgasms. Right now, we're talking about great sex starts over 50. So even if you have any older ladies that you're good friends with, ask them a few questions like, are you having sex? How is it? What hurdles have you come across? Because I've always been a firm believer, like there's no high better than orgasm. There's no drug, there's no amount of money, because I think time has shown over and over again people can make tons of money and they're still unhappy because they're lonely. People can use the highest, cocaine might be the highest drug you can use. What's up, Shantae? Hi, baby. What's up? That's like the highest form of drug you can get, and still, after someone reached their tons of high, that they're still looking for that amazing orgasm. But how do you get there? How do you achieve orgasm? How do you go from flicking your bean or just being there and hoping that this person hits a spot, or you hit a spot that both of you guys enjoy, and it leads to great sex, And everybody's going to have a different definition of what great sex is, I'll always say, as long as you're happy, healthy, and safe, that is the best way to make sure that you're having the utmost great sex. I don't know, cousin, you still here? You tell me, what is great sex to you? Because I know it's going to always be different from everybody, especially learning from Optimus Prime. Shout out to Optimus Prime and his group, Safer Society. They really taught me a whole lot about different kinks, the BDSM community, just different things that people are into that brings them to a certain euphoria when it comes to sex. So again, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Like I said, the show is only on the second and the fourth Tuesday of the month, and I think we are on the fourth Tuesday this month. Hey, Lacey. I was just telling Boozy we need a girls' day next Friday. I think we're going to meet up at the vineyard. So let me know. I miss you, girls. If I sneeze, whew, my allergies have been going crazy. Oh, y'all see my new cup? I'm not sneezing. Whew, it may go away. Please go away. But I got new cups. Y'all let me know if you guys want a teacup. Well, it's a wine cup. I put it here. It kind of disappears, doesn't it? Green screen effect. But look at it. I've had the rose pen. We've had the rose. And now we have the rose cup. She said she told you. Okay, wonderful. Oh, and if you're watching, if you want to just jump on, please let me know. Shout out to Studio 65. They're able to just chime you right in. So let's just get right into it. So great sex. Lacey, also, if you're still here, share to us what great sex for you is. Because I got to tell my viewers and my tea babies, it's going to be different for everyone. Now, today, I wanted to make sure I shared a list of foods. Like I say, with Great Sex, it's like the happy, healthy, and safe, but also the intimacy is important. And then we get down to the science of it, and we get down to the science of it all. Our bodies. This right here, this is our vessel. You're not going into the room with a robot. I know everything right now is so computerized and it's just crazy with what you can do on the internet. But when it comes to that intimate connection, there is no computer there. There's no keyboard. It's just you and this other person. Um, and let me just pull up my list, okay? Because it's on my phone. Let me find it. Okay, foods for a healthy sex life. Now I know it's gonna sound crazy, but oysters. Oysters are really good for, let's say they are loaded with zinc, which helps your body make testosterone. So that's really good for the guys. So if you got a guy who, feel like he's having a low libido and he needs that extra, bring some oysters in. I've tried oysters. The only oysters that I've ever been able to eat is Rockefeller oysters, and they were delicious. Other than that, I cannot eat them. Avocados with the whole health kick and the open face sandwiches, I think a lot of you guys are probably now eating a bunch of avocados. I mean, you can make guacamole out of it. You can do the open face sandwiches. I think you can put like a chicken soup. You can put it on a sandwich. There's so many things that you can do with avocado. Nuts. Well, let me go back and see what it says. So avocados are rich in vitamin E, which can improve sperm count. I didn't even know it. So, let's say if you're trying to make a baby, you're trying to make a baby, you're trying to get that sperm count up, tell him to eat some avocados, okay? Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate serves as a natural libido booster. Who would have thought it? I mean, and what woman doesn't love chocolate? Person, the older I get, the darker I want it because I'm kind of over all of the sweetness. Watermelon. Let's see. How does it help your sex drive? Ooh, so watermelon um, is rich in amino acids that's known to increase blood flow. So watermelon is good for you. Let's say your guy maybe need, instead of taking Viagra, just eat some watermelon. And matter of fact, I know that TikTok shares everything. That I ran into a guy who's talking about ways to raise the male's libido up, and he had mentioned watermelon. But what he said to eat was the rind, like that green part of it, not necessarily the pink flesh of it, but the green part of the watermelon. So get into that green part of it, and that's supposed to be the male's natural Viagra. So if y'all been having some problems in that area, just rewind Tea Talks. And if your guy doesn't believe you, just Google it. I've Googled all these things because the book that we're reading is Great Six, Stars at 50 or whatever. So it's like, okay, what are some things that we're going to run into? Some things that can help us have that great sexual experience. And it's always going to boil down to your health. How healthy are you? Do you have good knees? Do you have bad knees? Stamina, your breathing. How is your breath? It's just all these little things that are major factors in your orgasm. Garlic. I know garlic stinks, right? But garlic is well known aphrodisiac and has been used for centuries to improve sexual function. I would never like the only thing I would think about for garlic seriously is to maybe clear my blood, clear out my system, but because you're gonna smell like garlic, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know, but it's been used for centuries as a natural aphrodisiac. Apples, okay, let's see what they do. Hmm. Well, it's known for its antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory properties, but I don't see. Let's see. Said it's good for the men's sex health. So apples again, that's good for the guys. Strawberries, they're high in vitamin C. That's also good for your sex health. Bananas. Let's see. Let me start over. Which is used to produce sex hormones and increases sex drive. Of all things, I know people like to use bananas and have fun with them. Um, just with the sexual innuendos with bananas, but I did not know it increases your sex drive too. So bananas, and hopefully you guys are writing all these things down. Because I want y'all to go back and use them. Let me go back. Lacey, you said she told you. Good, because I want us all to get together. Girls' Day. Okay, let's get back into these foods. Beets. I know beets are good for guys. I don't even have to read that one. They are most definitely good for the guys. They're really good for their prostate health. I know that's something that's like, again, you don't really think about that until you hit a certain age gap. I mean, yeah, not gap, but until you hit a certain age, and it's like, why come certain things aren't working properly? Beets. Beets are really, really good for the guys. And beets you can put in a salad. You can make juice out of beets. I put them in my salad, and then I overpower it dressing so you can barely taste it. So let's say he's not a beet fan. That's okay. Figure out different ways to make it for him. Salad, juice it, trying to think what other entrees you can actually put it in, but you can do so many things with beets. I personally like fish. I mean beets. Oily fish. Okay. Fatty fish, also known as oily fish, are rich in vitamins and nutrients that help your body perform at its highest capacity. It's so crazy. I mean, garlic and fish, all these different things that kind of got a funny smell to it because I've always told as a young lady that you don't go have sex after you've eaten a fish dish because anything you eat comes out your pores in your body. um Matter of fact, let me ask Captain Crunch, can you tell if your partner's been eating fish that day?
Mm, no, I'm gonna tell you what I do tell is when they've had like a lot of soda, a lot of like
Ooh.
different. It changes the consistency and the texture a little bit.
What is it? Okay, is it bitter? Is it tart? Or
No,
is it
it's tacky. It's a texture. It's not a taste.
it's tacky? So a little bit more stickier. I wonder if it was because of all the sugar.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know what nut is made out of. So I wonder if that's what it was. That's crazy. So sodas and okay.
Yeah, just and if somebody's a straight like water drinker,
Uh huh.
chef kiss. Yeah,
Did y'all hear that, ladies? Do you want Chef Kiss Coochie? Drink you some water. Drink tons of it, and obviously get you some oily fish. So I always thought that you could smell it. Okay, that's why I'm done. After a good fish plate, no. Let me tell you, no, thank you. I've always was told just bypass that night, wait till the next night, let it go ahead and make its way through you because you don't want to smell like it. You don't want that lasting impression. Pomegranates. Pomegranates are the hardest fruit to eat. I swear. Like, by the time I've gotten enough juice out of all those pomegranates, I'm kind of over it, just to be totally honest. I don't know. Firecracker, do you eat pomegranates? I hate
I
pomegranates.
drink pomegranate juice sometimes.
Same. And ain't that juice expensive?
Yeah, I don't like the seeds. It's weird. Like I don't like the fact that I'm eating seed.
I can't get over it. And then you gotta bite it and you
It
get that
gets
little
stuck
bit
in
of,
my teeth.
yes, and that little juice comes out. So it's like, do I put a lot in my mouth, bite down, and then like spit the seeds out when I get the juice out? I don't understand it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't even know if you can juice pomegranate seeds. We'll find out. Coffee, hey. How? Let's see. This may help men perform better in the bedroom. Coffee may just be the best libido booster all around. Shut up. I have coffee every morning. Makes sense.
I don't
Okay.
drink coffee at all.
And it's good for the men.
Mm.
It's really, according to this, it's good for the guys. It seems like a lot of this stuff is good for the guys. Salmon.
I don't eat salmon.
It has a positive effect on a man's sexual health. Firecracker, you eat salmon?
Yeah.
Yep, it says it's the best for the man's sexual
So
health.
yes, you can juice pomegranates. It pretty much tells you to add a little bit of water to the seed part after you remove all the extra,
So that way I
and
can.
then you run it through a strainer to get the little bits out.
Okay. Oats. Let's see. How? Um, ginseng. Reducing. Doesn't say. But I guess oatmeal. So get your oats in your coffee in the morning, girls. Okay, pumpkin seed. What is it? Libido too. Pumpkin seeds. I don't ever eat pumpkin seeds until Halloween. After I've gutted out my pumpkin. Other than that, I don't even touch that doggone. I don't even touch the pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, fry them. Fry them up.
Mmm. Now I will fry them and they are delicious. Okay, spinach is a leafy green vegetable. Oh, it's originated in Persia. Okay, so how does it help? Oh, it's a rich source of magnesium, so it'll make you feel good. Decreasing inflammation in the blood vessels, while improving blood flow. So again, I bet you this is one of those natural aphrodisiacs, natural Viagra's for the guys. It relaxes them because the thought for some guys trying to get it hard and all this stuff to please their partner can be a little bit stressful. So with the spinach, they get that magnesium, it calms them down, and then it helps with inflammation to improve blood flow. And where do you think that blood flow is going to go, girls? So get him some spinach. If he say he's stressed out, it's spinach for dinner, baby. Don't even worry about it. That's what we're having spinach for dinner. Okay, chili. Spicy chili peppers are not for the faint of heart. And scientific studies have shown that men who regularly eat spicy food have elevated levels of, and then it goes away. I don't want to try to see. Let's go see what you have elevated levels of. Oh, it's not going to show me. Let me go through all these. So we're just going to say chilies. Probably again, it's one of those things that help with your blood flow. Because anything, like even with the vagina, you're trying to swell it up. You want the blood flow there. You want the G spot. You want that to swell up. There's so many things that you want blood flow because where there's blood, there's nourishment. Remember that. Where there's blood, there's nourishment. Eggs. What does that help with? It helps with stress, um, and hormone balance. I've never in my life thought about eating an egg. So next time you get stressed out, eat some eggs, and it'll help balance your hormones. And maca. I think I have some of this in my cabinet in a powder form. Oh God, it helps boost fertility. I'm gonna go throw that over my balcony. It's nothing else to help with fertility. Lord have mercy. I done got hit with twins. I do not want to get hit with triplets. I wouldn't even know what to do with 7, 8 children right now at this point. Okay, so maca root helps with fertility and it helps semen production.
It also helps women with their stamina and their wants and needs too.
Seriously? Okay.
It takes about 3 weeks for it to like get into your system well enough, so you have to take it every day. I don't take it necessarily for those reasons, but I
Okay.
have some myself. But it's to combat some other things, like other actual medications. But yeah,
So maca root can like affect some medications.
no, it's like helping me counteract
Okay.
one of my other like I have a whatever I have a mood stabilizer.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of mellows me out too much. So I take the maca
Oh.
root to help bring back some of the energy.
Oh.
And it just has some other added benefits that.
Especially because it helps actually with sexual appetite, obviously. Okay, blueberries, and I love blueberries. Let's see what it helps with. Doesn't actually say. Like some of them say exactly what it helps with sexually, and then some just got it listed. So blueberries, I love the blueberries. Period. I can just eat blueberries when they are ripe. If it's not right, I'm not eating it. They're strong. That's so true. With marker root. Simone, hi baby, you made it. Did you get everything done? I know you said you was moving around and you were busy. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you made it. And anybody else who has joined on What's Up Tea Babies, you are now one of the Tea Babies. Welcome to Tea Talks. And Simona, anytime you want to just chime in, please let me know. We can bring you on. Okay, beef. Another one that helps with zinc. Oh my goodness, it's important from a fertility and increased sex drive standpoint. Beef? Who would have thought in a million years? What you say? Thanks. Thank you. All loves. Yes, I'm glad you got it done. Like, let me know, boo. You know, I would love to have you on any time. So, beef, did you know, like, so Simone, so what we've been talking about is what great sex looks like to you. And I'm just going down a list of food items that can help you with your sex life. Because for anything, there's intimacy, there's a good mental space, that's that reoccurrence, romance. But, when it comes to the science of it all, what you put in your body is extremely important. Um, you want to have good stamina. You want to have, lubricated joints. You want to have, say stamina, lubricated joints. You want to have a good flow. You want to have your. I just learned that too much soda makes your semen tacky. Your pre cum or whatever. I've never really thought about that, but of course, I'm not a guy. So guys, they have those little squirters, but girls were just wet the whole entire time. So when you're on the other end and you're paying attention to a woman's diet, and you can really tell, what she's eating, that takes a lot of detail. And just knowing that, drink some water, girls. But if you don't know these things, welcome to Tea Talks. I'm here to help you out. Really? So this filet, just finished, finna have to be grabbing meat in the hour. Yes. That filet you just had is an all natural aphrodisiac. Ain't that crazy? I know, right? Like that's what I'm saying. I just went through a whole list of different foods that you can eat. Now, what I did notice, the only fruit that was on there was what? Apples and watermelon
Banana.
and banana. Apples, watermelon, and banana. Oh, and blueberries. Cause it's a lot of seed. It's a lot of vegetables. The only meat that I saw was beef. Oh, and fish. And fish. I forgot about the fish. Okay, and then last but not least almonds. Um, they are good for hormones. And let's see, almond milk in the morning. Oh, go back. Where'd it go? 1 second. I hit something. Almond milk in the morning pumps up testosterone secretion and boosts up energy. Mm. Now I don't know nobody that's gonna. Well, I take that back because almond milk. I'm saying almonds. I don't know nobody that's trying to eat almonds first thing in the morning. Simone, you still ain't tell me what good sex looks like to you. Or what does it feel like? Let me know. I want to know. Um, Almonds, give him a cocktail of almond juice. Maybe make him like a smoothie or something to get those testosterone levels up. I think you should have like, girls just to kind of like after you've watched this episode, replay it again to get that list of foods and make you a charcuterie board of all those different things. And like, babe, I just want to have like a fun night of food tasting. And even so, if he tasted it all, like, well, this is a new dark chocolate I want to try out. Or we've never eaten these type of oysters. Let's try this out. Almonds. Have a few bananas on there. Just a whole night of the different aphrodisiacs sitting on your charcuterie board, and just see, test it out for yourself and see if you feel more sexier. See if your partner, if you notice any difference in your partner in these things. I think it'll be a fun little test to see how it goes, because who would have known that food is one of those things that would help you bring yourself to like utmost amazing orgasms. So let's get into it, guys. So let me know. Uh-huh.
We have somebody here.
Uh-oh, cool.
Let's see.
Simone!
Hey, how are
Hey!
y'all?
Look, he said somebody's here. I looked around the room and I was trying to figure out what it was at. I've had too much wine.
Oh
How
man,
are you, gorgeous?
I am fine. How about yourself? How are y'all
Okay,
doing?
lights, camera, action.
Yeah, I
Hey!
turned on the ring light because I'm like relaxing
I
now.
see
Finish
you.
that
Beautiful as
fillet. Can't do but
always.
say
You are gorgeous. How's
thank
the move
you.
going?
It's going. It's going. There's boxes and everything. That's what's left for curtain and a
I
bed frame.
love the curtain. Okay, I got a green screen. Okay, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I'm so glad you joined
Absolutely.
the show. Yay! So, from your perspective, tell me what great sex looks like to you.
I would say from my perspective, sorry for the television back there. So I would say from my perspective, that would be intimacy and love first before the actual interaction of physical sex.
Oh,
So
okay, the build up.
that intimacy and that connection between the two of us, I believe that which makes sex great, because it doesn't mean you got to bring everything to the table. You can have that connectivity of the more so than the physical connectivity of the word sex itself, like more of a physical connection. I think it should
I
be more of
got
an
you.
emotional beforehand.
So it's the build up for you. That's the most important part. That is for a lot of people, because for most women, and I know it sounds so crazy, because with men they're more physical, and then for women we're all mental and stuff. But it's like, who are we having sex with? Each other. So it's like
Right.
for the guys, for them to know, it's almost like a cheat code, because I mean, if nobody ever tells them, they're going to think that as long as they look good, then we look good. It's probably why a lot of us have dick pics in our flipping inbox, and it's like, oh God, who told you to send this meaty thing? Put it away. And their mind is like, well, just let you see what I'm working with. Then it takes things in perspectives, but it's like, put that thing away. What books
We
do
have
you like?
more to talk about.
Yeah, what books do you like?
Where have
Do
you
you
been?
like to
We
eat?
traveled?
Beach or city life? Put that thing to the side. So it's like, oh, don't leave with the dick first. My bad.
But
No,
that's just
no.
where it is nowadays. I think a lot of people, I mean, I think women, even though when they decide to lead, or I would say pursue a man physically, it's like all of what
Yeah,
like what we
yeah.
have, instead of like, hey, my name is such and such. How are
Tell
you
me
doing
my
today?
name, man. The
Instead of
physical is always
how are
first.
you doing today? Like it ain't gotta be like that.
I'm lusty. No, I think that's for everybody. I think we're taught to lead what our looks instead of like, and there's nothing wrong with, looking your best, but you should also leave a conversation. Like that stuff is so important as well. Like you said, intimacy. Intimacy is that, what do you like to do? What are you into? Just paying attention to each other, listening to each other, reciprocating that same energy. Because I think I've said it a million times. That just been around someone that I'm interested in. The conversation is just so rich and it's so good that I'll go to the restroom to go pee and I'm a puddle. And I'm confused, like, why am I a puddle? He ain't nothing sexual. He ain't even touched me yet. But
You
it
just
was
staying
just,
and hovering like, huh?
like, huh? What happened? But it's just
Happened.
it's just legit how they made me feel, that,
Yes, that touch of the
right there, boom, you know what I mean? It's just an explosion down there, and you don't even know what's happening. So
definitely.
it's just like, let's talk. So I like how you said it's the lead up to it. And then, did you hear when I was talking about the different foods?
I did. I did. I
So
learned about macaroon from my fiance, and he was
I
like, "Do you
never
know women
eat.
have benefits of macaroon?" And I said, "For real?" So when he decided to explain it to me, it was the same exact things you were saying. I was like, "Hmm."
And that's crazy. I didn't know. I mean, I had no idea.
I didn't either. I thought it was only for men and like their prostate and their health. I did not know women could take it. I really thought macaroon was only really for men.
For the guys, I put it in
Mhm.
smoothies. I just, I knew it was good for me. But I did not know it was, helping my libido out.
Neither did I know about that fillet.
Yeah, like you said, so this filet I just ate for the have me grab in the next hour. Yes, ma'am, and it will. It will, and I hope you have a
It's
great
old
time.
fashioned. Neither.
Oh, what are you drinking? Share.
Old fashioned
That's what I was thinking when I saw
with
the orange.
the orange peel in
You
there.
made your own.
No, my loves made it for me.
Tell us that, hey, it's been so stinking long.
He's just like this.
Yeah, I know. Look, since I've seen you guys together, I can't like. Whenever you get settled, I would love to have you actually come into the studio space with me.
That would be lovely. I would so
That's
love
gonna be
that.
so much fun.
That is. That
So we've
is.
been
It's so
talking
fun.
about great sex over the age of 50. I'll be 36 this year. So 50 is only 14 years for me. Of course, I'm not trying to rush
Me
anything.
too.
It's like with having sex and the children and all that stuff. I learned about all this stuff at a super early age, like too young, but it is what it is because I appreciate, learning what I learned because I started having sex at an
Our
early age.
awareness was different too
Uh,
for our parents onto us versus what
true.
society is teaching for awareness today. It's a little bit different.
Nowadays, it's just throw it out there. But I feel like it's one of those things. It's always been thrown out there. Even back, I won't say just now. It's
Yeah.
always been thrown out there. It's just what type of parenting you have. Everybody wants to be the kids.
It just always
It's,
depends on what the throw it out there question was that your mama really asked at the time because there was always that one question and then the talk.
I got to talk, and that was it. And my mom was pretty cutthroat. You know what I mean? Put a condom on if you ain't trying to be itching and burning for the rest of your life. Don't have no kids right now. Mom was pretty. She was pretty cutthroat.
Mine
Don't
was
She really didn't. She didn't sugarcoat it.
sugar code.
Yeah, there was no sugarcoating, but there was no instruction either. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I think that's one of those that embarrassing factor when it's like, how do I teach my children how to explore themselves and how to explore in a way that's safe, regardless if it's with themselves or with a partner?
A
Other
healthy
than don't have sex until you get married. Don't have sex without a condom. But that's legit all the instruction that you're ever given. And then
yeah.
like the rest of you have to just figure out and learn as it goes. And it just kind of sucks. And like still to this day, I don't know how to even like I still have had the conversation. I've had the conversation like make sure that whenever you do decide to have sex, it's your decision. You don't feel pressured into it. But as far as the exploration, of pleasing self and all that, I still haven't had that conversation. I don't even know how to do it.
I agree with you, and
I don't know
I
how to do
think
it.
I don't know how to even start that type of conversation
I'm
of
an
self
auntie.
exploration
I think that's a
and loving yourself.
yeah.
Um,
I think this is my kryptonite. I think unless somebody comes on here and be like, "Hey, I've done it. This is how you do it. This is the best way." That is one. Like I think I'm gonna stay in the preventative measure and and just stay over here. And hopefully, she just run across my show. That's the only thing I can think of because it's just as important. But it's just like, how the hell? Like, hey, babe,
how do we open this
see
box?
you
Like,
now. Here's your first
if there was a
vibrator.
box, how do we
Right. Here's
pull
a
this out?
like, what do I do here? Take us to
Right.
a party of toys? Like, seriously, like,
Like,
all I know is how to prevent certain things, but not in a bad way to the point it's like, don't do it. It's more like, because what if she does do it? So then it's like, okay, well, if you do it, make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you don't feel, but legit how to teach my children, not teach, but show them, like,
to show
hey,
them the
or
mental preparation of it. I
yeah,
think as
not
far as
unashamed to touch themselves. Because I've learned when you're like a kid, a lot of adults when they get older, they're afraid to like even touch themselves because they've been told since they was kid, no, don't do that. That's nasty.
which
No,
are
don't do
you're
that.
correct.
You're kind of sex shamed like about it when it's
Body
almost
shame
like
with yourself before
with
other people.
yourself. So it's like, okay, if I can't touch it, but somebody else can touch it, but I don't even know how to touch it. Now we're both in this
Now
position.
that there's this huge ball of confusion, it's like, but you said they can if I give permission to and I love them, but I can't like I
But
can
I
understand that parallel that it would
it don't
draw
make no sense,
of
right?
just confusion. It's like that little emoji that's got all those little question marks and stuff up
Really
there.
don't
That's
know.
exactly would be our kid face.
I'm about to do some research on like how other people do it because I really don't know how. It's gonna be a really. I've never had that conversation.
And I guess for me, if I do the research, I want to research it without a triggering event. I would want to research it to know genuinely how do you talk about it
How
without
do you feel
something have
about that
happened
part?
prior to, you know what I mean? Because nothing has to lead up to having that type of conversation of self love. But I believe the internet is going to leave so many results of traumatic
Right.
trauma connected
Ooh,
to this. And I'm like,
ooh.
what if it's not trauma related? It's just purely educational. If we take the US Department of Education out of here and how they would make a video, take that out. But to search for as a parent to bring to our own children, the internet, man, could
There's a
almost be
book
our
on
defeat when it comes
Amazon.
to,
I don't
to
remember the
that.
name of it, but there's a book on Amazon that was made for kids, and it
Huh.
talked about it. And I gotta remember, I learned it on TikTok. T Babies. When y'all watch this over again and y'all remember that book, please drop the link or drop the name of that book. But it was
Got
like
it.
it was really a very random book, and I looked it up, and then even in the comments, the reviews was like totally not what I was expecting. This book might be a little too graphic for children, even though it's a children's book. This book broke down a lot of stuff. So maybe, just maybe, that book might be the.
And you're right. You know what? In those children books, actually, because of the way society has been propelled so forward, there's a lot of information that young children need to understand because their household dynamics are so different from what we grew up with. So I could see it being understood more so in a childhood book. I could see a parent making that book out there for their kids to understand it. I just haven't come across the author.
I'm gonna find out. Firecracker says so far, I just tell my kids that if they want to touch their own private parts, they need to do it in private. But to go past that, I don't know what to tell them yet. That's
That's
a
fantastic.
start.
That's a
I
start.
have never even said that sentence. Let's start there. I have never even said that. I don't know what I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Go. Wait. So, okay. Do it in your own private time. Don't do it out in the open.
I guess
Try
for me as a mom, I guess when I present that message, it makes me think, am I going to begin to knock on the door now?
Yeah, or what? I just don't know what that opens up. What
Yeah,
that
because
opens up
that's what I'm
is
trying to figure out. What does that open up? Does that open up conversation and dialogue?
what I'm about to say. The
Or
conversation and
does it
dialogue.
open up a young person sitting there like, are we having this conversation right
Oh,
now?
having this, I don't. I'm telling you, that is. I like.
My
I like.
mom is having this conversation with me. And when I think about it, if that's the reaction, I would rather continue the conversation because I would rather be me having this conversation with you about
Right.
loving yourself than you finding out in school, going
Mm.
into high school, how to love yourself. And that's what I would love to prevent if possible. I'd
We're gonna,
rather have
we're
that
gonna
conversation
figure this out together. We're gonna figure it out.
than your peers, because the way your peers may be finding out about it and they may not be talking about it with their mom and dad, they may not have the ability to, but my daughter does. She has two open parents who is willing to
Right.
talk about anything whenever she's ready to talk about things.
Whenever they're ready, right? And then it's just like, let's just be honest. They're never gonna be ready. But I mean, I will come to my mom.
My questions are always ready.
Where's my mom? I come to her with everything. She'd be like, Jazz, don't start. I'd be like, well, mom, how else I'm supposed to know these things? Like,
That's
oh,
me. I do too. I'll call her real quick. Hey,
she'd be like, Jazz,
you gonna do right now?
She'd be like, Jazz, don't fucking. But I'm like, but you're my mom. I'm supposed to be able to ask you anything.
And my mom, she has a habit of putting me on speakerphone sometimes, and my dad is in the room, and I'd be like, Daddy. He's
That's
like,
what
oh, child, you all right. I done been there and done it
I'm
once or
talking about
twice. I
everything
understand the question.
else. But you know what? It's really, I will say, maybe it's a cultural thing because there's another show that I've been watching on Netflix, and it's a guy it's two guys. They're traveling all over to find out about sex. They went to a show. So in, Lord don't get it's one of those Asia or China, I don't know. Please don't attack me. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Where prostitution is still legal.
Mhm.
Thailand.
Ah, Asia.
It's legal. It's still
Mm.
legal. And then there's another country where like the little bathhouses. I've been to one in Atlanta, which was absolutely amazing. But like I will be in there to start naked with my daddy's best friend, and nobody's in there looking at each other sexually. And they interviewed them like, how are y'all able to just be in here naked? Nobody thinks it's like, you ever seen somebody in here? It was like, oh my god. And this one guy was like, yeah, I saw my mom's best friend, but you know, if you don't make it weird, it's not weird. So it's like over here, do we over sexualize everything so much to the point
Oh.
that just looking at a titty just turns you on, but in everywhere else you're so used to a titty, it's not nothing, to the point like you said, the conversation is what the turn on factor is, because the body is no longer the main focal point.
Yeah, that's true. But I have to agree. I think things are a little bit more overstimulated. Like the chicken.
Seriously.
There's something that was brought to my attention that he said that Cardi B said on her Instagram. She went over to Colombia and she ate KFC, and she said the chicken tastes fresh, y'all. But when she eats KFC here in America, it's sick to her stomach. So with that example, I kind of agree that things are a little bit oversaturated here
It's a
versus
little
where they are.
oversaturated. Like, hey, I don't feel too good when I eat over here than when I'm at other places. No, I totally get it. So it puts me in that. This makes me wonder if over here it's just everything's just super over sexualized, and then also like where it is
Diluted.
natural for the prostitutes and stuff. Like, how can I, like, they was interviewing some of the women, and they was like, how you feel if your husband went to one of the houses? The girls are on these benches like, yeah, we wouldn't care. And it was like, yeah, they're sex workers, almost like, well, we don't feel like doing it, so they can go over there with the sex worker and pay her to take care of him. So when he get home, he's fine. It's like legit, like going to go get a burger instead of coming home and eating this roast that I made. But I'm not cooking tonight, so go to McDonald's. And that's how they viewed it. And everybody seemed literally okay by this. They were fine. And nobody had any problems with it. So at this point, I'm really thinking like, I love watching the show because it just opened my eyes and let me see how different cultures, different
You got
countries,
it.
sex, the
I'm trying
body.
to hear. I think I lost my sound for a second.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Take your time. Can you hear me? I'm still here. But when you come back on, I'm still here. I'll just keep talking and hopefully maybe it'll come.
Tell her to close it out and come back.
He said close it and come back.
She can't hear us.
Oh yeah. Like how do I say? Close it. Boom, and you come back.
Oh
I'm the worst. I'm the worst sign language person you'll ever find. Where's Boozy when we need her? She knows sign language
no, I'm
very
still here.
fluently. I miss her. But T babies, y'all tell me what y'all think about it. How do y'all, address these type of topics with your growing children? Because I will say that is one of the scariest things, I don't know what's more scary is having the conversation or them figuring it the fuck out on their own. I have no idea what could be more scarier. Can you hear me? You hear?
She closed it. She coming back.
Okay. So let's start having sex. Now you guys know what to eat. Now you guys know how to incorporate those food maybe into your next little sex excursion. That I went to go see, but this is a paragraph. I went to see the gynecologist recently because penetrative sex hurt. That's probably because you aren't having enough sex, she said immediately. And that's without even asking how much sex I actually was having. She didn't ask about HRT or whether I've been through menopause. She didn't impress upon me the importance of foreplay or ask if my husband was particularly well endowed. It was basically came down to one thing, whether or not I was having regular sex. Now, T babies, if you've been watching T Talks, we've talked about this a million times. That I know a lot of people, and they have different, say, life journeys. And some of you come across your journey when you're like, all right, I want to be abstinent. I want to abstain from sex because I don't want to have to deal with certain things that come with having sex. But just like with anything, it not having sex comes with its own problems too. Like literally, it's like as Boozy would say, your vagina will die. It will start hurting. You will have pains. You will have aches. The vaginal wall will start thinning. It's just so many different things happen. Like it's just like I'm thinking the probably said eventually when I start back reading, if you don't use it, you will lose it. These are the things that you need to, I'm gonna say, you know, take in if you're wanting to abstain away from sex, or just figure out why you're not having that much sex if you are in a relationship. Is there some resentment there? Is it the scheduling? Has things in your life changed? Like personally for my life, I've always been pretty quite transparent with the twins being here. It's like the moment you get some alone time or you get some free time, you're tired, you're exhausted. It's almost like you got baby puke all over the place. I'm always feeling baby puke by the end of the night, and it's just like, okay, I'm at the place where sex, not saying that it has to take a little extra effort, but like I've always said, Yes, me and my partner, we can just go at it, whatever. But I like to have that more intimate experience. So let me go in here and do spruce up my hair a little bit. Let me go and put a little makeup on. Let me go put on my cute nightie or put on something nice. So that way, that intimacy, that wow factor is still there. Because just listening and researching, listening to other ladies at this age still having sex and having children, they're always talking about the quickies or the having sex, and it kind of sounds more like a chore than an intimate moment. Like, yeah, I'll go down there and have sex with my husband. It's like, have sex with your husband. Aren't you in it too? Are you having fun? Are you enjoying yourself? Is he having sex with you? Or you just having sex with him? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I will say the challenge in that is legit. Just the energy and the pure effort, because look, when you're done at the end of the day, you finally got your household in order and all the baby puke up off of you. All you want to do is just go sleep. And it's nothing that your partner has said or done. It's just like, babe, I'm tired. I'm just gonna let's try this again tomorrow. But time will go by and then you'll realize I really do need that intimate touch. I do need a great sexual experience. I need that moment. And then once you have it, um and it's like one of those things, don't stop having sex because you'll think you don't need it, like everything is fine, because once you do have that great experience, it reminds you like, oh yeah, that's how these little ones got here. That's right. Sex makes me feel good. It energizes me. It makes me feel sexy. It makes me feel empowered as a woman to take care of my man, take care of my household, and take care of myself. So, like, sex is a very important factor in anything. Not even I'm saying not just in your relationship, just for your personal well being. So, if you're not having it, that's fine, but you should still be figuring out ways to keep your vagina healthy, exercising it, doing different things. um, Maybe you need a vibrator, maybe you need your own dildo, or you can always kegel and work those muscles out, but make sure that you're doing something, because just like that woman said, sex hurts. Why does it hurt? Because you're not using it, because you're not doing anything, and there's nothing wrong with that. But nobody ever told me, and I'm sure nobody ever told you, that if you don't use your vagina, the dinkum thing will just stop working. And it will actually cause you more problems than actually using it. So, last paragraph, use it or lose it. Applies to pretty much everything once you get past a half century. That's so funny that they say it like that. But it's crucial when it comes to sex. Regular sex helps prevent chronic Um, firecracker. What's that word? Sisters, 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 sisters.
I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute. Let me spell it
Spell it,
out.
spell it.
Cystis. Sister. Help me.
Spell it one more time.
SY. I mean CYSTITIS.
Cystitis.
Cystitis. Chronic cystitis, uterine prolapse, and incontinence. It helps with vaginal thinness and dryness. It keeps his erection strong and healthy by keeping his penis oxygenated. In short, the more regular you have sex, the better shape your genitals are in.
Cystitis is an inflammation of the bladder.
Inflammation of the bladder. Oh shoot. Okay. So make sure y'all getting it in. So fibroids and boy, why can I say that word? Cystitic fibroids. So that's new for me. So I've heard of these words, but like, what is that going on in your uterus? What's that? What do you?
Cystitis, the one that it was
That
your
was the bladder. Okay. What about fibroids?
Fibroids, those are on your ovaries.
Ovaries. Boom. Okay, so sex takes care of all of those different things. I don't know. A great sex for me is very nourishing. I don't care what nobody say. Great sex for me, I man, I'm back, gives what you want. You're hungry. House is clean. I'm outside grounding. I'm meditating. All of a sudden, everything that was on that to-do list done. Check the fuck off. Like seriously, that's what I was like. People are having sex. What is that? So you have fibroids. It's hard. How do they make you feel? What does the fibroids do in your? You said uterus, right? Because my uterus is tilted, so I can't do a backwards cowgirl as a sexual position. But I've never. What do fibroids make you feel like? What's that? That do? But having sex, guys, keeps your genitals like healthy. And again, you do not have to necessarily be having sex with someone, but you can get you, a dildo, get your toy. There's just so many different things you can do to keep your vagina healthy. Simone, we back? Hey, guess who's back?
We can't hear.
Oh, dang it, I can't hear you.
Tell her, see if I'm.
See if your
There we
mic's
go.
muted.
My
Well,
mic was
guys,
muted. Thank y'all. I have fibroids. I have one large fibroid in the middle of my ovaries, and it's very
okay.
painful. Um, I've had it for a few years, so I can agree when you say if you don't use it, you lose it. I do believe during that time when things were just rocky,
Okay.
it could have began growing fibroids, and plus eating unhealthy and stress and things of that nature, plus not using it could have led to the start of a fibroid. So then over
Oh,
time they're gonna grow. It's a sac. It's right in the middle of your ovaries. They're normal. You get ovary filled sacs all the time, but they're not supposed to grow really, really big. Period, your ovulation cycle, and they release. But in this case, the sac fills up and it didn't release with the fluids. It's still fluid trapped inside of the cyst because they're technically full of fluid.
oh,
And they can be like on your
okay.
ovaries, on the walls of your vagina. I have three. One in the middle, one at the very top. That would be, I would say, in the direction of where your belly button is, and then down to the very top of
Okay.
your ovaries. So in between the muscle and the ovaries, one sits there, and there's one on the left side. When I was younger, 10 years ago, I was 27. I had one rupture, and I had no idea about it. I was on a birth control. Next one on in my arm, take it in, took it out, went in for another one. And then I just started having heavy bleeding, symptoms of things of that nature. And come to find
Okay.
out, I had a cyst that blew. Like, so I was internally bleeding. I didn't know. I got rushed to the hospital. And that was my very first time dealing with cysts and fibroids. So, like, they're very normal for women. We get them, they grow, they will just release
For
themselves. For some
real?
women, they don't. Hmm.
I've never heard of anything like that before.
Yeah, it took me a minute to accept that these are things that women have. They're normal. They don't even call them tumors. They call them cysts because they're so regular that they happen
They
within
just
all
come
of
and
us.
they go, and they sometimes
Hmm.
they
And
might
they
be.
do believe, a lot of us women don't know that birth control that we're taught to use
Mhm.
to prevent the different types of birth control actually causes the cysts to begin to develop. And I was not taught
Okay.
different types of birth control at high amounts of estrogen or low estrogen can cause them. There's a high belief that IUDs do not cause them. There's a high
Mm.
belief where IUDs can prevent them.
Okay.
There isn't any scientific proof that say we don't get them. Just the people that I know from experience who have had them, they have not had any cystic surgeries or any type of cyst in the vaginal area whatsoever. That
Okay.
I can.
So that's good.
That's a
That's
good
good
thing.
to know because that would
So
be the first thing that I would be like, all right. So what's next? What do I need to
correct.
worry about?
That's
Okay.
exactly how I felt. So going from a pill to the only thing I've never done was IUD. Line in my arm 2 cycles
Okay.
straight. So that would be 8 years. I did it because you have them. You have to keep it in for 4 years. You cannot remove it within 4 years. You'll have more complications if you try to have it removed. Not like an IUD. When
Right,
you
right,
have an
right.
IUD removed, you can change birth control, get the shot, use a pill, anything of that nature. But when you're on the Nexplanon, it's in your bloodstream. There's a small little tiny incision that they make into your arm, and it's placed
Yes.
right here. So there are some cases where because it's in a vein, it traveled for some women, like towards their heart. For some women, they had cysts. Like myself, I had developed a cyst at an early age and did not know. And I did 2 of them. So the first time I didn't have a problem, in, out, took it out, went, changed it, put it in, put it out. By the end of my second one was by the time I was 28 is when I then had the cyst and then fell out.
Traveling my heart to my.
Yep.
That's all
So
you had to
it's
say.
in here. You know, your heart ain't that far. So it's supposed to be there for 4 years. So
And it's just traveling. It's just.
causing blood clots, different kinds of issues and things of that nature. So when it comes
Girl.
to my daughter and we having the birth control talk, I have been the guinea pig for science because I don't want her at an early age to go through any of that, even if it's just heavy periods
Right.
or it's the sex talk. I just don't want her to go through any of those type of vaginal issues and side effects, just trying to
Okay.
correct heavy bleeding for a young teenager who's not.
Ooh, girl. Just a. Ooh. Because my doctor, when I had the twins, she was like, which one of you? I said, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't do birth control. I'm just going to pray about it. She said, okay. She said, well, whatever you do, you just had twins. Don't get pregnant for you. I said, all right, then. That's all I know. Because I've never heard anything good about any damn birth control. Bro, you just said to my heart. That
Yeah.
what?
But you see the distance ain't that far from where they put it in.
You so
So
right.
your
You're
heart is. And it's
my
got to be there for
heart.
4 years. So
You're
that's
right.
some time. Like a little spaceship.
I'm just gonna pray about it. Babe, please pull out. Lord Jesus, pull out. Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm leaving it up to God. Like what Rihanna saying, I'm having as many kids as God want it.
That's the that's the
Because I
policy
gotta
to
worry about
have.
something flowing to
Honestly,
my heart.
that's the true policy to have. Like I'd rather have them and be safely here than trying to prevent them and go through what I went through. Because
Because I've
now at
done.
this age, I want to have them, but now it's a struggle.
Okay. I've done 3
So
types of birth control.
I have to
And I
go.
didn't like none of them.
Yep, I have to go to a fertility doctor.
Right
Fertility
now?
doctor is the one that's doing my surgery, and he's
Oh,
also the one that's gonna help me know if I can conceive after the surgery is done. Because I don't know if you know, they consider us to be geriatric ladies having babies.
yeah.
Ain't nothing geriatric down here, doc.
Yes. No. No, I totally understand. And then
I was like,
um
36 is geriatric. I said, show me the
and
paper.
and you've been on birth control. So I will say, the longer you've been on birth control and you stop, it takes a very long for your body to get back to normal to be able to be fertile again. That was another reason why I never wanted birth control. I'm like, I don't want to wait.
She said, well,
I
I'm
want
ready.
babies.
I'm
I
ready.
want babies. If
Yeah.
I want a baby right now. I want a baby right now. I want to think about how long I've been on my birth control.
How long you got to be off of it? Yeah.
Yeah, but I wish you the absolute best. Like, I'm hoping that whatever surgery you have to do will bring your fertility rate all the way up, and then you know all the stuff to eat.
Yes, I do.
I dropped them all on today's episode, so eat some of those things, and it should take care of you. I'm hoping so. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad
Hopefully,
you came on the show tonight.
be waddling in 2026 or 25 at some point. Hopefully.
2020, okay, 2026. Honey, okay. So 2026 will be. I'll be ready for you.
We'll be 38. The boys will be
No,
2.
right? It's a beautiful thing to be alive right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It is beautiful. I'm only halfway to. I mean, not even halfway to 100. I'll be here for a while, baby.
Oh yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna be
Got
here
my
till like
genetics.
150 if I can. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a beautiful long life. So, T babies, I'm hoping you guys have learned something tonight. I'm hoping y'all have learned the different ways to take care of your body during this whole entire process. The different foods that you can eat that help with libido, help with stamina, help with inflammation. So that way you can improve that blood flow because sex is so important. And if it wasn't important, then why are so many of us trying to achieve it and complaining about it when we don't get exactly what we want if it wasn't that important to us? I love the fact that the book that we have now is Great Sex starts at 50. Of course, hopefully you've been having great sex since you first started having sex, but just learning that, you're taking your time, figuring out that, why your vagina or your penis isn't working because you went abstinent, not knowing that you're actually maybe hurting yourself a little bit and how to prevent that though. Knowing that it can hurt you, but how can you prevent it from help it hurting you while you're still trying to be abstinent from sex? And then even we dabbled in like how do you help your children, young adults, of course, not no babies, but your 18-year-old young adults find ways to pleasure themselves and learn what they love, other than telling them, making sure that they're safe with their partner, happy, healthy, and safe. Which for me personally, and I think right now for everybody besides Firecracker, I like what she said. When they're young, like, hey, you do private things and with your private time in a private way, which I like that because it keeps you from sex shaming your baby. So when they get older, like Simone said, they're not completely confused. Like, you told me not to touch it, but somebody else can touch it if I give them permission. But I don't even know how I want them to touch it because you told me that touching me was bad, and now I'm totally fucking confused. I don't even know what to do from this day forward. Like, what do I do with this?
Because I
So
think it's more confusing for the parent when they hear it back. Because I felt like the child, even when you repeated it, I felt like, huh?
huh? Like seriously, like huh? Make it make a little bit more sense, and you can't. You really can't. So it's just like, but I will say I don't think there's no right or wrong way. The only right way, as long as you're trying to prevent your young adults from running into the things you run into, even though it may or may not happen. Like experience is one of those things where you get that full effect of why or the yes and the no. But hopefully, you guys have learned something today. Take something from the show. And again, just like Miss Simone here, if you want to be on the show, it's as easy as one, two, three. Let me know you want to be on the show. You can either Zoom in or you can come in now through the live show, which I think is so dope. Or you can
Just a
come.
link away.
I know, like with your ring light.
I love
Or you
it.
can come in and sit with me right here on the big comfy red couch at Studio 65. Shout out to Studio 65, one of the hottest studios in Middle Tennessee. Is now producing 3 to 4 podcast shows right now, including mine that is only live on Facebook. I have one podcast out. They are also shooting for weddings, parties, birthday parties, school events. Shout out to my guys. Who that? Okay, going to all the school events, teaching everyone how to put on their own events, how to do their DJ, just everything in the music and the entertainment industry all together. Juneteenth is coming up in Columbia, Tennessee, guys. Go follow my page. Jasmine Armstrong is my real name. So you can go find me on Facebook, and I've shared information about that. But on TikTok, I'm kidding, of course. I can't think of anything else big that's going on, but of course, I'm gonna always make sure you guys know about it first. My birthday is next month. Yep. My birthday is next month, so if you would like to come and hang out with me at a private event, please inbox me. I will send you all the details. So again, T babies, I love you so much. I have enjoyed my Tuesday with you guys. I'm hoping y'all liked my new wine glass. I got my boozy one She wasn't able to be with us today. My nephew Jameson is playing ball again. Shout out to my nephew. I'm hoping he won his game today. Oh, shout out to Time to Eat, Jonathan and Amber. Shout out. I mean, congratulations on your brand new baby boy, Jonathan Jr. You guys, I saw the pictures on Facebook. He's absolutely beautiful. Congratulations to you guys. But to my T babies, I'm hoping you guys have amazing orgasms this weekend. Do that charcuterie board, like I told you, with all the little different aphrodisiacs, and see how it works with your partner. And get into bed and have some great orgasms. Again, my name is Kitten. My boozy is in here. I made up tea talks tonight. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. I hope you have a great weekend, guys. I love you so much.